Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. I'm telling you, you're going to get the real deal Holyfield. You're going to get the real me here. See, because I can't go duck off and hide in the corner all the time, trying to find some place that's quiet. Now, what's going on? They out here tearing up the street in front of my house. They picked the time when I moved in to do this. So we got to deal with a little bit of noise, and I try to run away from it as best I can. But I want to point out something. As I was publishing out that last episode, and where it said that the ancestors may not want something to come out, and that it messed up right then and there. I didn't know that had happened in the episode. I didn't know it happened until after I listened to it. But I'm telling you that the spirits are not resting. I'm telling you there's a message of love that they are trying to get out for us to hear. And as I'm looking at the podcast numbers, I see that we are growing. I see that we're growing all over the world. I want to welcome Delaware. I love you, Delaware. I want to welcome Panama. I want to welcome, all of everywhere. California, I see you. I see you, Florida and Texas. I love you down there, Texas. My thoughts are with you, Texas. As this spiritual warfare is going on around us, and it is going on around us, honey. As people are walking in place and just shooting folks, you don't know what somebody might do nowadays. That's why, we got to start growing in love. That's why you got to tell your people to start growing, because this love is going to drive this hate out of here. Tell your people, anybody tell them to start growing. Hey, look, we getting ready to start doing something different. It's a better way, honey. These people out here doing this evil. These people got people. Get your people and bring them in the house. Tell them it's time to grow. Run out there and get them. Because, see, I'm going to be on the podcast every day. I'm going to be on here every day. And when I can, I love to go down there at my favorite spot, down there at the creek. I go sit down there with the birds and hear them chirping. And sending me messages from the ancestors. See, because I don't preach on nobody's business. I'm not that type of preacher. I never was. I used to preach out the Bible, but some wasn't fit. Some just didn't feel right when I was preaching out the Bible. Even though I was giving a good word, it was a good word, an encouraging word. Because my word has always been encouraging. Because I use the Bible and the stories out the Bible to lift you up. But see, now we got a real Bible story. We got mine, my testimony, my life, what I done went through. I can tell you some stuff, honey, that I done witnessed firsthand, because I done witnessed every form of oppression that this country has to offer. Every form. I've seen it firsthand. I know what people are going through, and I know what people are dealing with, because I done dealt with it and I done went through it, and I done been there and I done done that. I done had that happen to me. I done had this happen to me. It ain't too much you can tell me. I done been there. I'm telling you, I know it all. I done been through it all. It ain't nothing you tell me, that I haven't witnessed, because God prepared me for that, to go through that. Because I used to wonder, am I here just to go through? Lord, why am I constantly going through? Everywhere I turn, it's something this, it's something there. I done had 2 nervous breakdowns, was on my way to a third, these last 2 weeks. But God, the ancestors telling me, whispering in my head, don't break, hold on, the breakthrough is coming, I'm telling you, as I'm breaking down crying, they telling me don't break, we need, hold on, they tell, just, I could hear, it's just like I could hear Curtis Mayfield in my head, keep on pushing. When my back hurt, I do hear him in my head. I heard a song, keep on pushing, just as I think that I may not be able to hold on, I hear keep on pushing. I hear that I'm a conqueror in God. I'm more than a conqueror. I got to rise in the Lord. I can't give up. I can't let go. I can't walk away. I got to grow. I got to lift you up, because I've been lifted. And I want to tell you that there is a God and there is a better way. And you going to come up. You going to rise. Your breakthrough is coming. But see, what you got to do is not be a part of that spiritual warfare. Don't be a part of that foolishness. You already know what they own. You already know what they talking about. You already know what they getting ready to say when they getting ready to call you. You already know it's some foolishness. You shouldn't even want to be a part of that. Look to the hills which cometh your help. Go look to the Lord, because see, that's what I do. I go outside and look at the trees blowing in the wind. See, I listen for the wind, because I know when the wind change direction, here come a storm coming my way. But the Lord is my refuge. I see the clouds trying to cover up the light of God, but I know that the light of God is still there. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be there for me. It's going to shine on me again. Because on the coldest day of my life, the Lord shined his light on me. And thus said the Lord, I love you. You are more than a conquering God. Rise and get back out there on the battlefield. Because see, as I was going through my storm, the Lord held on to me. The Lord sent his beloved ancestors. Some people call them guardian angels. But he sent his beloved ancestors even when I was in the midst of evil. Even when I had nowhere to turn. I had nobody to turn to. I thought I had a husband, but he was out against me too. He wanted to see me down. He wanted to see me out. He wanted to see me down and out for the count. I'm telling you, he was out to get me. The warfare was coming through him. But God, I had the Lord. I had started growing. He told me turn my back on the growth program. You were here to serve me. So that means turn my back on the Lord and go back to acting a fool with you. No, I'm not on that. No, you go head on and get on what you on. Because see, I'm already on what I'm on, and that's the Lord. And I'm going to stay with God. Because see, I've been with God all my life. I knew when as a youngster someone was carrying me. I never felt alone. Even though I was alone, I didn't feel alone. I felt someone was there because God was carrying me through. I'm a rose growing in his garden, unique and beautiful. But the one thing I always knew how to do was love. And I always loved everyone, but didn't love myself. Always went searching for love. Always went looking for love. Got on Black People Meet looking for love and found a bunch of foolishness. Found some chaos and negativity and drama that I brought into my life and turned my life all upside down. But then it brought out a real queen. It brought out who I really truly am, which is a God servant, which is a queen of God. I'm African American, but I'm African first. I'm from the motherland. And the motherland is where my roots are. The motherland is where our ancestors came from. Our bloodline, a bloodline of royalty. We are kings and queens. We are mighty conquerors of God. But right now we are in a spiritual warfare. That's the battle that we're battling, is a spiritual warfare. It's not one devil that's all over the place. It's a warfare that's going through people. It's coming through folks. It's not your people. It really ain't. It's a warfare that's coming through them, and I'm hoping, to get through them and change some minds. Because see, that's my goal, is to change hearts and minds to grow. I want to change hearts and minds to grow. The heart is the design for your action. The mind set it forth. So once we get that heart going right, that mind will get changed, and that mind will turn around and start growing in God. See, we need to get our people and start telling our people to start growing. Because see, once we see our people growing, change starts with us. Once they see the light of God in us, they're going to want to know, well, what's she doing? Where he doing? Where he at? Where he going? He ain't over here no more. We ain't seen him in a while. What he been doing? Well, he growing. He coming up. He rising. He gonna come out with substance. He gonna have something. He wants something out of life. He a conquering God. He ain't on the spiritual warfare. He don't want to be down there with y'all no more. He tired of that lifestyle. He don't want to do that anymore. Cause see what that led his brothers, and his sisters. He done seen what that done happen to them. So why he still want to be a part of that? Now he don't want to do that no more. He ready to grow in God. He ready to do something different. He ready to get on one. Like I do every day. I get on one. As you can see, when it comes to the Lord, honey, I can get on one. I told you I done bounced back. I'm bouncing back just like the basketball, bouncing. I'm just bouncing for the Lord. I'm bouncing. I ain't gonna stop bouncing. I ain't gonna stop bouncing. It don't matter, honey. I'm gonna bounce forever for the Lord. I'm gonna keep on growing. I'm gonna keep on growing and reach my greatness. See, I got to, because I live to grow and I grow to live. If I don't grow, I die. I'm going to spiritually die. Then I'm going to physically die. Just like evil out there chasing after something that ain't going to get them nothing. You just chasing after it. Because just for the moment, you chasing after the moment. That's what you chasing after. You chasing after the moment. But chase after the Lord. Because God said, seek thee first. And all things shall be added unto you. God done blessed me so that I can be a blessing to others. That's what we supposed to be doing. Being a God servant, being a blessing to others, lifting one another up, bringing one another up out of oppression, loving one another. That's the type of people that we are. We are loving people of God. God commands us to love. We're supposed to be loving one another. And that's the one thing we know how to do, is to love. We all know how to love. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I'm telling you, I got on one soul last episode. I didn't even get to say that, but I just said, let's rise. I want to lift you up. I want you to know that you're a greatness. I want you to remember every day that you are greatness. Keep growing in the Lord. See, that's all we doing. We just growing in God. We just growing in the Lord every day. I'm the beacon of light off the shore. You done open up your sail back up. Sit back and let God take over the ship. Sit back and allow God to coast the ship on. See, because now it's smooth sailing. If storms gonna come, it's gonna rock the boat. Storms gonna come, gonna rock the boat, but keep on going in the Lord. Just sit back. Don't get up. Now sit back and let God take over the ship. See, you want to get over, try to steer the ship because you see you scared. You scared in the storm. You don't know if you're going to make it through. Oh, Lord, I don't know if you got this guy. Now get back, Lord. Let me take over. I see something else. I see something different than what you see, Lord. Now let me do it. Now see, there you go messing up. Sit back and let God take over that ship, honey. Sit back. I'm telling you. You may get another episode today. If I get to walk down there to that creek, because I'm telling you, that's the place. I'm motivated in my house, but I'm motivated in that creek too. I really am. I love it down there. That's because I look to the hills. I look to the Lord. I don't run to the TV. I run to God. I turn to the Lord, just like I turned to God during that circumstance I was in, during all my storm. Well, here recently, but before, I was guiding the ship. Yeah, I took over and was out there lost in uncharted waters. Didn't know where I was. Forgot where I came from. Didn't know how I got where I was, how I got here. Lord, help me, God. I'm going to open up the sail, Lord. This time, I'm letting you take over for good. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom all over the world. I love you. Let's rise.